Today we're going to talk about natural sweeteners to replace sugar in our diets. This is the question that I get most from people, is how to replace in their baking, or if they want a sweet treat, how to use something more nutritional than sugar. So I'm going to go through some different things that we can use, but before we get into that, I'm going to talk about the things that we should stay away from. Like we talked about last time, high fructose corn syrup is something that you should avoid, so look for that in the different things that you buy. But another thing that we should avoid is aspartame, NutraSweet, Splenda. It's kind of like margarine the different companies came up with for a more healthy option, which turned out to be worse for us. Aspartame and those different sweeteners are full of chemicals, and the FDA's had over 10,000 complaints from them with 91 symptoms that they've identified. So stay away from those. Another thing is sugar, and the reason why sugar affects our body so much is that when we eat sugar, it spikes our blood sugar levels high, then insulin kicks in to bring it back down, but a lot of times it brings it lower than what our body is in balance. So then we feel like we're hungry and we need to eat to bring that back up into balance. So it kind of plays this role to make you eat more when you eat sugar. So today we're going to talk about some healthier options. One of them, you saw it in our Almond Joys, is agave. Agave is so great for you because it's low glycemic, meaning it doesn't spike your blood sugar and drop you back down like sugar does. So this is a great option for all of us, especially for people with diabetes. So that's agave. The next one is brown rice syrup. This is another great sweetener because it's derived straight from brown rice and it has more nutrients than the other sweeteners. This is great it kind of has a caramely taste to it, but I like to add it with other sweeteners, not by itself, but it's good drizzled on ice cream or to make power bars and things like that. So that's how I use brown rice syrup. The next one is maple syrup. Maple syrup is really high in zinc and manganese and natural antioxidants. It has a great flavor too. So maple syrup's another one that I use. This is sucanat. And sucanat is kind of like wheat flour to white flour. It hasn't been stripped of all the different nutrients. It's straight from sugar cane, but it hasn't been processed like sugar, so it has all of the nutrients still intact, or most of them. These other ones are probably a little more nutritious, but this one is great for cookies or anything that you want a granulated sugar. So sucanat, that's another option. And then honey. I love honey. We used to have bees. And honey is great for people with allergies or things like that. Look for local raw honey if you have allergies, and it's great for the immune system. So here's some of the different natural sweeteners. One more is stevia. And stevia is excellent because it's the only sweetener that's alkaline, so it doesn't affect your body that way. And it's 100 times sweeter than sugar, so you don't need as much of it. So this is a really great option as well. To substitute it in your recipes, do 3/4 cup for honey, agave, and maple syrup for a cup of sugar. And then you have to play with the flour or lessen the oil or liquid a little bit to make it right. And again, on my website, all of the recipes are done for you, so it takes out the guesswork. So you can use these natural sweeteners. Sucanat, 1-for-1 in your baked goods or anything. And then brown rice syrup, it's less sweet. So it's actually 1.5 cups to 1 cup. So that's how you substitute. Stevia is good in smoothies or different things that you don't have to bake with, because then it doesn't affect the consistency of the baked good. So, and that's just a drop because it's 100 times sweeter. Don't make the mistake that I did of add 1-to-1 because you'll probably never want it again. So these are great sweeteners that you can use in place of sugar. And like I said, go to my website for more recipes and ways to use them in your diet.